heroes are all of you sitting here. The heroes are David Hale. You know, right? This isn't complicated. This is what our founders set up. You set up a system where anybody sitting here can be our voice in Washington. There's nothing special about us. What's special is what we say. And we're now at a point in this country where we are perilously close to losing everything we know about America. I can tell you, Bobby and I have been in Washington for about 1.5 years now. I go to bed every night in Washington, not at all happy with the progress we're making, not at all satisfied by how quickly we got to get back on the road to freedom. But before we all beat each other up every day and night, we are making some progress. We are making some progress. The Tea Party movement woke up in this country 3 years ago and said, Republicans and Democrats, stop it. This is not the country I know and love. And you did something. You did something. You sent a group of Republicans to the House. And you know, when you did that, you probably had this much faith in us. And that's how much faith you should have had. And that's how much faith you still got to have. But you know what? Thank God we're there. Thank God we're there. If you're not happy with what we've done, imagine Nancy Pelosi still as your speaker. Imagine Barack Obama being able to spend every single dime he can get his hands on. Yesterday, I'm campaigning in Illinois' 8th District. We bought a RV, an 1984 RV, a mobile home. We are going to ride it around our district every day of the week for the next 7.5 months. On that RV, I put the words, boy, I'm taking you everywhere. Man. On the RV, it's got the words, it's time. You ready? It's time. You ready? Now, I don't usually read a speech. My political people are always trying to get me to read speeches. I can't. But I want to read to you. Give me 1 minute. And you be quiet over there. I'm going to call security. Give me 1 minute and let me read exactly what I have put on my RV, on our RV. And we're going to get hundreds of thousands of people to sign this RV if they agree with this. You ready? It's time for all of us to grow up and get back to the values that made America great. Freedom, individual responsibility, community, limited government, and free markets. It's time to end career politicians. It's time to get rid of gold-plated health and pension plans for politicians. It's time to demand our representatives come home every week and directly answer our questions. It's time to quit bankrupting our kids and our grandkids with this unforgivable debt. It's time to balance the budget just like millions of Americans have to do every year. It's time to lower taxes for all Americans. It's our money, not our government's. It's time to create jobs by getting government off of the back of small businesses and manufacturers. It's time to quit bailing out Wall Street and big business. It's time to repeal Obamacare. Never let government get in between our families and our doctors. Give us the freedom over and the responsibility for our health care costs. It's time to reform Medicare and Social Security so they're around for future generations. Quit playing politics with these programs. It's time to bring our troops home from Afghanistan tomorrow. It's time to end illegal immigration. We are better than Washington, D.C. thinks we are. But you know what? It's up to us, you, to let us know that. We have to grow up. You have to grow up and have the courage to tell your politicians to quit making special rules for themselves. You have to tell them that you want the freedom to live your life, to grow your business, to raise your family. And you know what? Tell them that you then will become more responsible for your own life. We are losing freedoms day by day. Government is becoming too big and too responsible for too many of us. If we don't change this direction quickly, our country will go bankrupt. We will lose the values it was founded upon. And most tragically, we will leave to our kids and our grandkids a way of life they will never, ever, ever forgive us for. We are better than this. We have to grow up. It's going to take time. It's going to take courage. It's up to us. Are you ready? Now look, politicians don't often say to people, we got to grow up. We have to grow up. You elect the politicians. We have to grow up and demand we get our country back. You've made a great start by electing people like Joe Walsh and Bobby Schilling. You know what? We need help in Washington. We need about 30 more, 40 more of us. God bless you. Hey, if you want this thing back, spread the word. Get behind guys like Schilling and Walsh. Send more good people to Washington and hold us accountable. God bless you.